Jono, 3 points, you must be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely, Lee. I think it was an absolute very, very tough game for us. Probably tougher than the Chatham game perhaps on Tuesday night, and even tougher than the Littlehampton game, because they pose a different threat. We always know the Corinthian side, they're organised, they're tough to break down, and they absolutely commit absolutely everything for the game. So we knew we were up against a really, really tough test today.
7 points out of 9 now, you can't argue with that, can you?
It's been a brilliant start, and I think it's amazing what we can do when we just change the mindset of the players and change the atmosphere, and we sort of create our own weather as such, as positive reinforcements, and we're just controlling all the controllables that we can. And the players have really shown that they're good enough to play at this level, and it's again a huge credit to the under 23 players who have stepped up and been remarkable for us.
Two very different games, you could say, coming up. So we've got Margate in the Cup, and then we've got Faversham in the league, which could be a vital game for our season. What do you make of both of them?
I think Margate would be great for us because it will give us an opportunity to rest a couple of our key players, and it will give us another chance to see our younger players, under 23s, play. And you put yourself back in that perspective, many years ago for me, and it's a great opportunity again for those players to showcase what they can do, and their talent, and what they're all about is incredible. So it will give them another chance to perform in front of the management team, and hopefully we can go there and be successful. I think next Saturday will be probably one of our toughest games of the season. Obviously, being at Faversham for the last year or so, and seeing that they've made many changes behind the scenes, and they've recently brought in a new management team and recruited really, really well. So we know it's going to be an extremely tough game for us, and probably again a very, very different test than what we've had so far. But Jack and I, as well as supported by Ross and Beardo, we do all our very best to prepare the players, and I'm confident that we can go there and have a positive result.
3 signings in 3 days, so one a loan from Gilles and then 2 permanent signings. What are they going to bring to your squad?
Yeah, you know what? That's what we've got to do. We've just got to add the right players, bit by bit. And what I've always talked to Jack about and other board members is you bring in the right personalities, you bring in the right characters, and I'm confident. I've actually played with Alex last year. He came on loan for us at Faversham, and I know what he can bring. Very, very solid defensive player. I played with Jake for many, many years. I played with him at Sittingbourne and Herne Bay, and more recently Faversham, so I know what qualities he possesses, and his goal scoring record speaks for itself, so we're really, really pleased to get that one over the line. And Jamal has been really highly recommended by Tommy Warrilow at Ashford, and I'm so confident that he can come here and make the impression that he wants to make. So 3 great signings, and I think what we're starting to see now is the competitiveness around the squad, really, really testing, and that's what we want to bring. So yeah, 3 great signings, we welcome them to the club, and the future now is looking a lot brighter than it was perhaps a couple of weeks ago.
Brilliant, thanks Jono.
Thank you very much.
Billy, 7 points out of 9, you must be happy with that?
Yeah, it's good, Lee. It's certainly changing. It's crazy what football does in terms of momentum, and to get 7 points out of 9 against the teams we played, we have to look at that as a success, and hopefully we can now kick on from here.
Looking back at Littlehampton, obviously there's history there. We've gone there twice and lost in different ways. But for you personally, would you say that's probably your best performance this season?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know as well as everybody else that I haven't been up to my usual standard. It's very easy to blame injury, which I was out for seven games, and finding my feet and confidence. But I feel like that's picking up now, and hopefully that can go into the way that we play. Try and encourage the team around us, and to continue up the league as we are over the last week.
Bit of an indifferent performance today, but we got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely, and 3 points is all that matters. It doesn't matter how we play. In my opinion, it doesn't matter how we win. But if you look at it, I think possibly 3 or 4 weeks ago we'd probably lose that, or at least draw that game. So the tide is certainly changing, which is good. It's good for morale amongst the team, amongst the club. The fans seem to be on board, and we just have to continue in that vein. Win ugly. It's going to be a difficult season. We all know that. Not all of the games are going to be as free-flowing or as attractive as they were last year. That's no disrespect to the teams that we faced, but the teams at this level are just way better. So 3 points is all that matters, and thankfully we come away with that today. And as I said, 7 out of 9 is a good reflection on a good week.
There's some changes off field, so obviously Jono's come in, but also Beardo and Ross Rolls. How have you found they've settled in?
Yeah, it's been really kind of organic. I think with Jono being here previously, it helps. Everyone knows what Jono brings. He brings much confidence to players, enthusiasm, drive, encouragement, and he's got all the attributes of a school teacher, which I think is evident with not so much all the younger boys, but the whole squad, and he breathes that through, and it's really nice to see. I think with Ross and Beardo, they also bring really good qualities. No disrespect to the coaches that we had at the start of the year. Craigie, I think, was brilliant, and as with Chris, they're both in their own rights very good coaches. But I feel that everyone's kind of buying into the way that we're playing now, which is good, and it's good to see in terms of the way that we train now. There's a high intensity. They're both extremely kind of vocal from the sides, which is something that we perhaps lacked when Jack plays. He can't do both. It's difficult to manage whilst he's on the field, so it's good to rely on the likes of Beardo, who's extremely vocal, and certainly Ross too, when Jack and Jono both play. So I think everyone's bought into it. They're really good additions, really good people, and got to try and build on that togetherness that we formed over the last few weeks and take that into the rest of the season.
Brilliant. Thanks, Bill.
Cheers, Lee.